Hi everybody. Does this feel like alive? Alive? Are we on live? I thought I would jump on to talk about some news. This doesn't feel real. It feels like I'm talking to a camera. How do people get over that? Honestly. Like, people just can talk to the camera so well. And it's like they're looking at you. I don't necessarily feel like I'm looking at you, but we're here. So I thought, since I'm in drag, I don't know why I'm whispering. Well, it's late. I am in Mexico City. By the way, see, I have to look at you through there. By the way, this is a Madeline Hatter hat. Isn't it cute? And it's, I mean, it can look like it's just this, which is like super funky and cute. But it's actually like long. Look at her. Look at her. Isn't she cute? It got squished a little bit in the luggage on the way to Mexico City, where I am. Can you even hear me? I'm whispering. Mexico City is fierce in like the fiercest best way. The charm level is high. So I'm here in Mexico City, and I just have to say one thing. I was talking to, I'm still whispering. I think I should keep whispering because I don't want to be annoying to my neighbors. But I don't know if you can hear me. Maybe if I sound soft, you'll be able to hear me. Still hear me. I have never felt seen by security in a club as I have here in Mexico City. They see the woman that I see. Like, I know I'm the woman, and they saw the woman. Does that make sense? Guess I had never felt that. Like, I mean, I live in New York City and there's great security there, but I've never felt this feeling before. And I didn't know I hadn't ever felt this feeling until I felt it. And I'm like, ah, that's what it is. And I was talking to some of the queens and performers that live here and work here, and they're just like, oh yeah, that's just their job, to show kindness and be respectful. And just like, well, isn't that everyone's job? And just like, in the States, no. Maybe it's more like security for hire that makes it seem like they see through you and they don't see you as a human person, like, in a way. And like, it's so refreshing. Oh my gosh. So kudos, Mexico City. I was at Estereo. It was their 3-year anniversary, which is fierce and exciting, and it was Mario themed. So this is kind of my concept of Princess Peach. Should I stand up to give like the full gig? I think so. This is her. Dress made by me. Show it, show it. Let's flip that. Show it, show it. Earrings, Jasmine Dash, Jazz by Jazz. Body by figure skating. In the gym. And eating right, I guess. Eating really yummy, but still eating right. Because two things can be true. And exercising. And that's kind of like what I want to, it's kind of what I want to talk about. is figure skating. Oh my god. But can I tell you? Okay, this is my pink dress. It's so cute. I made it for my birthday 2 years ago. I made it in a day. I was like, I wanted to give myself like a tight deadline and to like get something done. And I was like, I'm gonna make a birthday dress. I have a June birthday. I'm a Cancer. And so I made this pink little dress for my birthday. Okay, but this is the bright pink. Obviously gorgeous. It kind of shifts orange. So then you can kind of see those orangey pinks there. There is magenta here, which is not necessarily like super complementary to the color, but clashes in such a way that I think it all works. It had already been dirty, so girl. What? Honestly, not good, right? Like, that's kind of fierce. Like, I feel people would pay a lot to like get that effect. Happy 3rd anniversary. I kept saying Feliz Cumpleaños because it was like their birthday, 3rd birthday. And then people were like, ah, Anniversario. I'm like, yes, of course, Anniversario. So I'm in drag and I've been wanting to talk to you about something. And that something is figure skating. So if you didn't know, hello, I'm Milk. And this is me. I-L-K, Milk. And I grew up as a figure skater. Yes, a figure skater. I don't know if you can hear me. A figure skater. And I was a competitive ice dancer throughout much of my life. So like as an adult, when people ask what I was, I get to say a competitive figure skater. But it's always been, I was a competitive figure skater. Shoot to 2025, where I have registered and am preparing to compete at the Adult Eastern Sectional Competition in figure skating. That's right, I am going to be a competitive figure skater again. And that is so exciting. There's obviously such a thing as burnout, and I never knew how it felt or what it felt like until I described what I felt about skating and giving it up and nixing it from my life for a long time because I was fed up with it. It's expensive. It's hard on your body. It's cold. There are so many things that should make you run away from figure skating, but there's something about it that like you cling to. And entering into the, I don't know if my neighbor is like about to knock on my door and tell me to shut the fuck up. Should I move away from this wall? Should we shift gears? Let's do it. Move with me. Now she's low. Okay, but that's still cute. New space. New space. Does it look new? Does it seem like we've totally shifted energies? So, there's just this thing about figure skating that you like, that never leaves you. But you can leave it and it can leave your mind for a while. But I got the bug again, and there's no cure. Okay, do we like both? Do we like both forward? What if I shake it? It has a little bit of a part. I don't know if that's the T though. Or side part? So I've registered for adult Eastern sectionals, and it's coming up. When I release this, it will have happened. That's the thing. So I don't know how I'm going to do. So I have registered for adult gold solo ice dance. Yes. AGSID. Say it again. I forget. Adult gold solo ice dance. And you have to be over 21 years old, I think, to be involved in kind of the adult competitions. There are amateur competitions, which is more like the Olympics. If you think of like the competitions you see on TV, those are considered amateur competitions, still vying for the ultimate prize. That's quite ultimate. An Olympic gold medal is pretty damn ultimate. But then that leads into that for a lot of people involved in sport, obviously the Olympics isn't going to be like what everybody wants to do. Like, is that understood? Like, not everybody wants to go to the Olympics, and perhaps that can stem from like, oh, like, I don't know if I have what it takes, and so maybe it's a little like you don't believe that you can, so it's just like, why set that as a thing? Why not achieve like a personal goal that isn't like this ultimate medal, right? So like, I'm actually competing Friday, March 14th outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, and I am going to be competing. There are 3 categories I have to compete in, or that I signed up for. So there are 2 set pattern dances. 2 set pattern dances. In the world of ice dance, there are 32 set pattern dances. So just think of the word set pattern dance. There are 32 sets of patterns that you dance. So they are set patterns. There's certain movements and motions that you have to go through. Steps, we call them. There are certain steps you have to do, and it expands upon itself. It becomes more intricate. It becomes more difficult. It shows off your progression in figure skating. In ice dance, we don't jump. We're not jumpers. We may do a little leap here and there, a little ballet jump, but we're not doing rotations. We're not doing quads. We're not doing triples. We're not lifting people over our head. We are lifting our partners. I was a competitive ice dancer, so throughout my competitive ice dance career, I had skating partners. We all had different dynamics between us. I didn't think of it at the time, but I was really having to work closely and intimately with a woman. And as a gay man, like, that was fierce. Like, I didn't feel judged. I didn't feel, I felt at home in ways. I wasn't out for a long time. I had incredible coaches in Boston, most notably Barrett Brown and Tomashinsky. And they were mentors, they were caregivers, they were guardians. I had just moved away from home, and I was still 17 at the time. My coaches were the best. They cared for me, they inspired me. They inspired me. Mentors galore. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I've had many mentors in life or thought of people as mentors, but they definitely were. And the skating club of Boston, where I trained, was a dump. I mean, honestly, truly, 1240 Soldiers Field Road, I believe, was the location. It's not there anymore. Harvard bought it up, as Harvard did with a lot of real estate in and around the Charles River. But it had been there for ages. It had been home of, you wouldn't know their names, but world fucking champions, Olympic gold medalists, like the best of the best, trained at the Skating Club of Boston from like the olden days, and it was housed at Soldiers Field Road. And it was right on the river, but it was like missing glass panes in its factory windows. The charm level was high. They had tried to kind of like update it in a lot of ways over the years, but the updates took away from the supposed charm, and because they tried to bring it up to date, but it was still in this factory setting. But it was home for so many amazing skaters. The talent. And when we talk about skating, like, we are talking about mentors and people that you spend so much of your life with. When you are training as a figure skater in a competitive nature, we are training on ice for at least 4 hours a day. As an ice dancer, we would have to skate in the early mornings. When I say early morning, baby, I was getting up at 3:45 a.m. to either get picked up by my skating partner, or when I had a car, pick up my skating partner, to be at the rink by 4:30 a.m., to warm up, stretch out, foam roll, before getting on the ice for a 5 a.m. session. We'd skate for 50 minutes, 10-minute Zamboni break, where we would like meet with our coaches to like talk about what we were going to do on the next session, or kind of talk about goals for the season. And then we would get back on the ice for our second session, 6 a.m. to 6:50, and we would work on something else. And then Zamboni break, maybe we'd have a snack, maybe we'd talk a little gossip in our gendered locker rooms, and then 7 a.m. to 7:50, another type of session where we would do one of these set pattern dances or work on a free dance. And then we'd do an 8 o'clock session, and then we would get off the ice, and then we would do some sort of off-ice training. And that off-ice training could include this neat like fusion type of floor exercise called balletics. Yeah, balletics. Caught by Karen Cullinan, who was this fierce diva. My phone may die. I could plug it in. And it was kind of like ballet, but it was also athletics. So, balletics. very fierce, and like I wasn't much of a floor dancer, if I'm being honest. Like I move, I think, better on the ice than I do dancing on the floor. Or we would be in the gym space and doing like training, cardio, anaerobic exercises. And then I would go to classes. I was taking community college courses, and then I transferred over to UMass Boston. Oh. So then I go to class for like the day, and then at night I would coach skating and act as a skating partner to other female skaters who were trying to pass their tests. This gets us into test taking. Oh gosh, which is a whole nother thing. Oh god, there's so much to teach. Okay, we're gonna breeze through test taking. Another track you can take in figure skating is taking skating tests. There are skating tests in like freestyle skating. So for jumping, like all from really early beginner levels to like most high levels, you can take skating tests. In ice dance, you can test your set pattern dances. That's right. So the dances that you do, the set pattern dances that you do, you can skate with a partner and pass or fail tests. And once you pass the most tests, you get your gold medal in that field. When I was a figure skater, that's what I did. It wasn't, when in my early days of skating, it wasn't really about skating competitions. It was more about increasing my skills as a skater by taking all these different tests. And so by the time I graduated high school, I had become a gold medalist in all these different categories of skating. And that's fucking fierce. It always gave me a purpose to skate. I was always working on one of my tests or more than one of my tests. And these test sessions can be scary. They can be in cold, gross rinks, and you have to act like you're having the fucking best time. So like, I mean, I definitely failed a lot of tests. Not a lot, I would say. Moves in the field was tough. We're not gonna get into that right now. So in Boston at night, I would act as a skating partner for all of these skating girls that were looking to pass their set pattern dances with a skating partner. I was that partner. And that's how I made money. There's a lot of money to be had in coaching skating. I think being a coach in working in ice rinks, predominantly working in ice rinks, will not always lead to the happiest people. Hot take. It's a tough environment, just environmentally, to work in. It's cold. Like, that's not a lie. Like, even if it's warm, it's cold. Like, warm rinks are still cold. And there's not a lot of natural light coming into these places, and so it can get you a little down. It's kind of like seasonal depression as a work environment. Weird, but true. So I was one of these skating coaches, and it could get me down. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very physical job, skating all of these things with all of these different types of bodies and people. And so it would wear me out from 3:45 a.m., get home from teaching at 10 p.m., have to be up the next day. And not to mention, once I figured out that I was fucking gay and started like going out at night, because I met gay people and they were like, come to Club Cafe, and I was like, fierce, let's do it. And I started drinking, and baby, I would still be drunk when I was getting to the rink at 4:30 a.m. to warm up. And my coaches called me out. They would not sugarcoat it because they saw the reason that I wanted to be in Boston. They saw that I was a great skater and I had potential, and that they could work well with me. They were like, you can't do this. Like, let's talk about the reasons that you're here, or we can reassess, or you don't have to do this. But you're not gonna come to the skating rink and have another person's life, you're holding them. You're not gonna do that. It was a little harsh on my 21st birthday, though, I have to admit. My brothers, I have two older brothers, and they both lived in New York City at the time, and they, so sweet, came to Boston to take me out for my 21st birthday. They've always been lovely brothers. We've always gotten along. Great brothers. And they want to get me drunk, knowing that I had already been drunk in my life, but they, baby, got me drunk. And I had to go skating the next morning. My coaches did not care that it was my 21st birthday, and they were just like, you can't do this. And I was like, okay, I guess. So they got me in check. I still partied though, and then I found drag. Brings me back. We are gonna cut forward, back through the forwards, and talk about competing again. So I get to now say I am a competitive figure skater. And that's fierce. And what's fierce about it is I'm doing it in drag. I'm doing it in drag. That is so fierce to me. I have been able to skate in drag for the past several years. When you find more than one thing in your life that you can join to the other thing and make both things so much more even special, like, you gotta try it. And so it's been like so fun to get to do Milk on Ice all of these years. If you haven't seen me already skating in drag on the ice, maybe I'll link some things. Oh, crack my hip. Training is taking a wear and tear on my body. That's for sure. For sure. Should plug my phone in. Phone no charging. Yes. I'm a competitive figure skater again. And I'm competitive figure skating early in drag. Am I allowed to? Do you think I'm allowed to compete in drag? Sound off. When this comes out, we'll have found out if it's allowed. I've talked to skating friends, and they haven't made it seem like it's not allowed. Okay, so get this. In the adult ice dance division, there aren't going to be a lot of male competitors. So separating by female and male categories doesn't really make sense. Another point, in the adult skating world, everybody is accepted. Everybody is there to skate in the sport that they love. Like, adult figure skaters are a very interesting group, and I'm one of them, and I think I'm pretty damn interesting. We all come from different connections with the sport of skating. Some of us have gotten to skate their entire lives. Some have had to give it up at a certain point in their life. Maybe they skated for a couple years, they wanted to continue, but financially it wasn't possible. They moved to a new location where there wasn't a skating rink. They kind of got disinterested. Always kind of wanted to get back into it, and then as an adult get back into it because they're taking themselves to the rink, they're paying for ice time, they're getting coaching if they want to get coaching, they're doing competition if they want to compete. And so at these competitions, it's all of these people that have such a love for the sport of skating and just want everybody to be involved, and everybody gets to skate. And so in the ice dance division, men and women compete against each other. And there are 3 categories: 2 set pattern dances. You remember this part from earlier? 2 set pattern dances, the paso doble, and the Viennese waltz. And then a free dance, which is to music of our own choosing. And so men and women are doing those same set pattern dances in the gold division. And we're doing a free dance, which is 2 minutes and 40 seconds, plus or minus 10 seconds. The paso doble has to be kind of paso doble-esque, fierce flair, you know. And then the Viennese waltz, it's a waltz. You want to feel like you're floating on a cloud, you know. And so I'm doing this all in drag, and I think I'm gonna get away with it. And I hope to do well. I have been training pretty well over the past few months. I only decided this kind of beginning of December. And the reason I decided it was each year I've wanted to do more milk on ice stuff. And it's always kind of been dependent on if somebody was putting on an ice show. And a lot of promoters haven't wanted to put on ice shows or haven't known how to get involved in taking what they know as event club nights and translating that to shows that just take place in an ice rink or whatever, like theater shows. And that's what I'm saying, the 2 worlds need to like mix a bit more because they have so much to offer each other, and what could be created could be like ultra magical. And I want to be involved in that. Like, I think that is my destiny child. It is among so many other things, girl. She's got ideas, delusions, as y'all know. But all fun and all special and just putting magic out into the world. Because honestly, not to get serious, we as artists and creatives must continue doing what we're doing. And making a scene through our art, making statements through art, even if this seems farcical, there's a rhyme and a reason for it to exist, and without it, the world cannot exist. So keep on, keep it on, keep creating, use the fear and sadness to invigorate your soul of visionary visions. Visionary visions. So I am competing in drags. So get this. 3 categories I told you. Paso doble, Viennese waltz, free dance. They scheduled them all on the same day. They scheduled all 3 segments of my competition on Friday, March 14th. Okay. As non-skaters, I don't know if that means anything to you, but as skaters, that's kind of bananas. That's kinda bananas. So, 11 a.m.-ish, Paso Doble, in drag, on the ice. 5-ish p.m., free dance. I change looks, I change hair. And then, at like 7-ish, I compete the Viennese waltz. And then my legs fall off. Girl, all 3 segments on the same day? Like, damn. You know, like the adult skating world, like, we know we're adults and like, that our bodies aren't necessarily training the same way that we may have trained when we were more like young competitors. But all 3 on the same day? That's crazy. Oh, and I have unofficial practice ice at 9 a.m. for my first segment of competition at 11 a.m. So I'll have to be to the rink in drag, all ready to go. Baby, I have to show up ready. Hey, I am here. Cause they don't know it's coming. Maybe they do. Maybe they know what I do. Maybe someone like Googled my name. Oh, cause I have to use my boy name. My government name, which is a fierce name if I'm being honest. And I'm glad to use it because it's my name. But they're not gonna introduce me as Milk. That's not how I registered for the event. I don't unintentionally want to cause or stir up a little drama. Pull a stunt, baby. And I had been planning a very campy drag inspired free dance, if I'm being honest, which eventually I'm not going to talk about now, which eventually I would love to do because it was a fierce concept. But in the new year, with the passing of our dear sister, the Vivienne, tragic. Fuck it. Damn it. It's wild. It's wild to lose somebody. It's wild to lose somebody. We connected over figure skating. And that was really fun. And it's weird to cry again because I'm looking right at you. I'm looking right in your eyes, and yours mine. It's mine. She was on Dancing on Ice. which is a very popular, I gotta take my shoes off, which is a very popular reality competition show in the UK, similar to the States where we have Dancing with the Stars ballroom competition. Think of that like with skates on, starring Torval and Dean as judges. So fierce. If you don't know them, look them up. Whew. Anyway. Miss you, Vivienne. So, my nose is running. So she competed. So she competed on Dancing on Ice. It's been on for decades, I think. Close to decades. And it brings celebrities known throughout the UK and pairs them with professional figure skaters as their coaches and mentors. And each week, with a different theme to the whole week, they perform an ice skating routine as skating partners. And it's fun. It's really fun to watch people who don't know how to skate or haven't skated before, but are just like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll sign on to be a celebrity on Dancing on Ice. And they get to have this whole cool experience of learning how to figure skate. And Vivienne got the chance to do it, and she made it to the top 3, and that was fucking fierce, and she did it in drag. I understand. I'm crying on camera and I'm not stopping the camera, so I'm choosing to get these experiences, I guess. Capture the moments. She did it in drag. And that was fucking cool. She did it in drag, and that was fucking cool. And she did well. She made it to the top fucking 3. Each week, she would be in her high caliber drag. Hair good, face good, shape good, skating so good. Like, she wasn't the best, but she loved it. And that was first to see. Obviously, it may not have been all this much to y'all, but as someone who loves to do this, and it means so much to get to do this, watching her get to do it and experience it, and tap into it, it was fierce. It was super fierce. And I loved sharing and supporting her journey. Because as a skater, it's really cool to see someone fall in love with something you love so much. Like making myself laugh. But I'm still crying because she was a good person. Such talent. Such talent. So, each week, she would represent for us, for queer people, for weird people, for talented makeup artists, for talented entertainers and performers. And she showed up and showed out with her skating partner, Colin Grafton. It's a very talented skater himself. And they did the goddamn thing. Each week they did the goddamn thing. On that show, the top two get to perform one of Torval and Dean's most iconic, one of the world of figure skating, most iconic skating programs of all time. If you talk to a figure skater or know a figure skater, and you mention Torval and Dean's 1984 free dance, Wearing Purple, to Maurice Ravel's Bolero, they will know what you're talking about, or at least they should, because it is the T Honeybee. It revolutionized skating at that time, like no doubt revolutionized the trajectory of figure skating. So, as Torval and Dean's are judges on Dancing on Ice for its entire run, the top two celebrities by the end of the series perform a version of Bolero to Maurice Ravel's Bolero, featuring kind of the same energy as Torval and Dean, but, they're not expert figure skaters. But it's such charm. Placing third, just missing out. The Vivienne did not get to have her performance of Bolero aired. She had choreographed it with her partner Colin Grafton, and they had done a shot performance of it. But because they did not make it into the top two, that performance wasn't aired, and because it wasn't judged, only the top two would be judged. It still exists, and you should watch it. And I know it was like hard work for her to do, like to get there, to like make it to the top of this really hot professional skating show and not get to have your performance judged. Yes, you still get to perform it, but like, girl, she won Drag Race. Of course, like, she's a winner, so it's like she had potential to win this whole thing. The cookie crumbles when it crumbles like a cookie. It sometimes doesn't turn out the way you want it to be. But she still did. Ooh. She still did the goddamn thing. This is his hair. It's interesting. She still did the goddamn thing. And so when she passed at the beginning of the year, it took a toll on an entire segment of the world population, without a doubt. It's weird to lose a queen. It's weird to lose a Drag Race winner and beloved national icon, world global superstar. And so I dropped the former free dance concept, and I'm skating to Bolero. it may not seem like a lot to all of y'all, but to most skaters, one doesn't want to mess with bolero, right? Right, skaters? It's been done the best it's ever gonna be done. It's been done, like, in the most iconic way, so why would you even attempt? I'm a great skater. I love my skating, and a coach at the rink the other day referenced my skating as delightful. He was like, if I had a word for your skating, it's always delightful. And I've never heard that before. That's fierce. And then his student chimed in and she was like, oh, that's such a great word to describe his skating. And I'm like, oh, huh, that's so nice to hear. See, adult skaters and skaters are cool. And we support each other. There was this girl at the rink the other day. She had fierce spins. Oh my god, her spins and her spread eagles. Oh my god. They were so fierce, and I had to compliment her. I was just like, oh my god, or just tell her how great her technique and just artistry and whatever is. And she was like, oh, thank you. And I told her that I'm competing this season. She was like, oh, I'm so out of shape. And I was like, yeah, I've had to kind of get back into training. And I've been trying to train like 4 to 5 hours a week to get back into it and to get my body ready for like all 3 segments of my competition the same day. Off topic. So my free dance, I'm skating to bolero. I will be skating in drag to bolero, honoring our dear sister, the Vivienne. We miss you. I was so excited to get to skate with her one day. To be on the ice with somebody who got to fall in love with the sport that I love so much. And we had hoped to, of course, do it in drag together, do shows with Denali, with Joey J, with just turn it out on the ice with drag spectacular. It's needed, it's desired. I want to do it. It must be done. It will be done in thine forever. So I really miss Vivienne, and to honor her, I am skating to bolero, which she never got to compete for the judges, but baby, I'm competing for the judges. I'm wearing my blacks. Oh yes, I am taking a beautiful, somber yet celebratory, triumphant last bow, collecting our collective flowers as our final performance. If today were our last day that we got to skate, what would we do? In Ravel's bolero is such triumphant cacophony. I think Ravel would be Brat, or Brat is somewhat Ravel. Sound off. Anyway. I will be skating to bolero. Not all bolero, because there has to be a change in beat or feeling of music. So it's opening with something more like a memory. The music sounds like we're remembering something. We're remembering our sister. We're remembering an epic, triumphant performance in our life. And not only that, but I have decided to add spoken word, and that will be a quote from Paris is Burning by the notorious Dorian Corey. I'm not going to go into her life right now, but an iconic figure in the world of ballroom, houses, drag, New York City, Paris is Burning, and I have asked Raja, legend, season 3 icon, winner, all around diva extraordinaire, Sultan Raja, to voice it, to speak the quote to life, to bring it to life. And so it opens with me getting to hear Raja's voice, to bring me ease, to enter me into a new space, a new atmosphere, to educate the children. And it's going to be very special, and it's been kind of hard to choreograph. I've been choreographing it myself, I've been coaching myself, and I thought her voice would be important to hear, to allow me to do that. Then after that, I find out how I do. It's just kind of, it's immediate after everybody competes, you know the results. And I hope to do well. I hope to skate well, and I hope to be happy and have fun on the ice. Like, I know that sounds cheesy and corny, but it's true. I want to just enjoy myself, and I'm setting that into the world. I think I will enjoy myself, because I love getting to do this and skate. And I think people will enjoy it. I think fellow competitors will be like, weird, but cool. Cool. And I bet there will be probably some skating fans, right? Who are fans of drag. And maybe who expected this to someday happen. I don't know. I'm glad it's happening. In the adult world, we get to choose our family. We get to choose our skating, our set pattern dance music. It still has to be the same, like, tempo and beats and stuff, and offer the similar flair, but it can be like pop music, or it can be music that you like. And so for the Viennese waltz, I will be skating to hit classic, baby, this diva. When I tell you this diva, if aliens, well, aliens are already here, but if they desire for us to put forth a musical artist, a world, throughout the world, like a musical artist to sing for our life, to save us in some way, if song will save us, we must put forth Kelly Clarkson. I'll say it. I will say it, and I said it. We must put forth Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson. She's incredible. There's no denying her vocal talent. She represents the world. And I am skating to her iconic classic Breakaway, which is a waltz. If you listen to it, it's a waltz. It's in 3/4 time. It's a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I'm wearing this gorgeous yellow and purple pansy dress that my friend Jasmine Dash also designed and made for me. It's gorgeous, you'll see. Oh, I can't wait for you to see. I hope Kelly sees it, baby. Are you seeing this? Kelly, I hope you see, because you've had a lot of figure skaters on your show recently, and that's fierce. I'm glad you're showing them off. You've had Diversify Ice on your show. Hey, that is amazing. Diversify Ice is an incredible nonprofit organization that highlights, expounds upon bringing different faces to the world of skating, because that is desperately needed, has been needed forever, hasn't been allowed in ways. Skating has been made inaccessible, very easily inaccessible to so many people, and so many want to be and future athletes and families. And Diversify Ice is doing incredible work to highlight those faces, because those faces do exist. So incredible work, Diversify Ice. So Kelly has had them on, and then she's also highlighted Harlem Ice, which is a docuseries featuring figure skating in Harlem, which is an incredible organization, skating club, place for black and brown figure skaters, where most skating rinks, you're not gonna see a lot of faces other than a lot of white faces. And you're not seeing black and brown folks. Figure skating in Harlem is that home, is that collective, is that center for celebrating all bodies and all people, celebrating skating in the art of movement on the ice. And that's super fierce. So Kelly has shown off a lot of great skaters. After all of that, and it's me saying, I'm skating to her song, so I want to get on her show. But tea though. So I'm skating to Kelly Clarkson, our alien diva supreme superstar, save us from us. And for the Paso Doble, which is in the morning, the first skate of the day, I'm skating to RuPaul, I'm skating to RuPaul. Yes, I thought, why the fuck not? My entrance look for season 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race was my former competitive Paso Doble skating costume. I wanted to wear that costume, but the collar is so tight against like my trachea, and I could get it like altered, but I don't want to get it altered. Sue me. So I'm wearing something else. I haven't quite decided what I'm wearing yet, so figuring that out. You'll know now. And so I'm skating to RuPaul's Catwalk. Yeah, that song. Skeletal Key, featuring famously, hey mama Ru, I'm skating to you. She likes inline skating, I know that for sure. She's done it a lot. I bet she wouldn't get on the ice if I'm being quite honest. She doesn't need to. It's not needed, so like why would she do it? But she can skate the house down boots on 4-wheeled. And skating the Paso Doble to that song Catwalk is like really fun. So by the end of that Friday, the 14th of March, I will have competed in 3 segments. So I will have the chance to maybe win or be on the podium 3 times. That's fierce. Eastern Sectional Adult Medalist. That's cool. And I'll be in drag. And best believe I will be on that podium in drag, looking cute for Libs of TikTok to come for, to tell us about these freaks in woman face stealing medals from safe women's sports like adult figure skating. How dare this man come into these sacred special spaces dressed up like a clown and steal medals, sports acclaim from women? Not in my sectionals, mama. Baby. Not in my sectionals. Drag is inherently political, as is said. And men and women compete against each other in the same category. Sweets. So my presentation can kind of be whatever a skater chooses, right? The rule book, there's a skating rule book, has a rule against costumes that are, quote, too theatrical or garish. Garish, G-A-R-I-S-H, mama. What does that mean? Huh? Garish? This? No. No. Not garish. Elevated, yes. Realized? For sure. Special and magical, light, spectacular. Precisely. Yes. That's what this is. Garish? Sure. Throw that in. But, mama, let's point out the garishness in your behavior. History of skating. Should we dive? Let's not dive right now, because this is a shallow pool. So, will this be considered garish or too theatrical? Time will tell, you will know. But it's like people with a platform. Let's break down some walls and barriers and shit. Garish? Girl garish? Garish girls? The garish girls. Oh my god. Garish. Stars. Chest stars are garish. Suns and moons. Stars and moons. Garish. I'm gonna be a competitive figure skater again. I get to say that. And I have finally shared it with you. Wow. I've been sitting on it. Sitting on a secret. Honestly, Chi DeVayne, icon, legend, star, her passing has stuck with me over the years. Gosh, that was a tough one too. Talk about Vivienne being on the same season as Chi, All Stars 3. What a season. Am I right? Girl. Sitting on a secret. Our Cajun Queen. Damn, she was a good girl. She was so fun. Weed sister. Yes, mama. Smoked weed in the hotel room on that season. I think we were both kicked off at the time, but we still had to be sequestered in our hotel rooms. I had snuck out of my room to go to her room, and we smoked a J on the balcony. And I think she had King of the Hill on. We didn't talk a ton, but just like being together, you know? We talked about shit, of course, but being together. Special. Her presence has always been there since she's left, which is a weird thing to say. Is a constant look at your life, what are you doing? You have the talent, do the thing. She had a lot of talent, and she didn't necessarily always get to feature the ultimate talent that she had. Obviously, we saw it. Her voice. I wish she had gotten a life to sing more. She was very talented in that. Dancing. So good. So, thank you, Chi. God, I'm not crying again. Thank you, Chi, for constant inspiration and love and support. You bitch. So, the Vivienne, Chi, Sahara, Cherry. There's more. Fierce divas. The names escape me right now. But we love you, we miss you. We'll keep fighting for you. Sorry, competing. And I hope you enjoy. I know I'm planning on it. And I'm excited to get to share it with y'all. So, I love you. I miss you. We will get justice for you.